I guess we started.
Yeah, you need
Okay.
you want me
Yay!
something.
Well, so
I'm
No,
sorry.
we start this with donuts.
Oh my goodness.
I swear. What would dragons and not knowing what 3, 2, 1 mean? I mean, do you guys want me to say something
I didn't
afterwards?
hear the word. I
Well,
heard
well,
3-2, and that was it.
I
well,
did say
technically, we
three, two,
normally have
one.
3.
Anyway, hey
Ugh.
everyone, welcome to the 86th podcast of this very, very fun group.
Vanguard.
I am,
Vanguards at the round
Round
table.
table.
yes, I am this week's host, Shion Form Dragon. And Let's start off let's start off the waves of introduction now, shall we?
No.
First things first. Let's start off with our favorite dragon from the Stargate Nation. Chaos.
Oh, okay. Well, because I didn't know if you were gonna say the name.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm the admin of the Chaos Breaker page, and yeah. Hope everyone's gotten a good day so far, or a good week, considering it's hot and all that stuff. So, yay! Look forward to Vanguard stuff.
Next, let's go over to the Dark Zone Nation with the ringleader of this crazy group.
Hello, Viva. I'm the admin for Oscar. Luke here, and mi amigo Jaime. I hopefully all you are doing good out there. And this one gonna be one hella crazy podcast. I already feel it in my bones.
Let's go down under for our favorite pirate himself.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite mischievous pirate emperor, Captain Night Swag. I'm here early for once, so hey, looking forward to chatting about stuff today, and I'm really excited. So let's get going.
Then let's turn it over to the favorite nation as always, Blazing.
Oh yeah, that's me. I run the Toshiki Kai page, and hello.
Last but not least, the one who's forgotten but always in our memories.
Hi. I'm the admin for the Korin Tetsunagi page. At least I'm still with you guys.
Next, turn over to our favorite melon bread eater herself.
Kumi Okazaki. Really, Mel?
Whoa.
Anyway, welcome to this week's podcast.
Alright, seeing how that's it with the introductions, let's go over to our next segment, the card of the week. And to start it off, ooh. Yes, it was. It was a little iffy, by the way.
Yeah, but I think that was also a Skype issue.
Yeah. Chocolate Brownie Dragon, why don't you start us off first?
What? I couldn't even hear you. What? What did you call me?
Chocolate Brownie Dragon, why don't you start us off first?
Oh, okay. I actually wanted to hear what it was.
Or continuing with the desserts.
Yeah. All right. So for this week, I chose a new Dark Irregular unit that got released. I think it was also played in the episode, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but it's called Glenzend Vampire. It's a grade 3, 11K. On Vanguard, or on the Vanguard Circle skill, it has a Gen Break 1 of a Darkness ability. Darkness is whenever you soul charge a unit, or soul charge something into the soul. At the end of the turn, if the number of cards in your soul is 6 or more, you may pay the cost. If you do, you draw a card, and if the number of cards in the soul is 15 or more, unflip a damage, and then choose an opponent's rear guard, and retire it. And then its other skill, second skill, Counterblast 1. When placed on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck. search for up to 5 cards with the darkness ability from among them, and then put them into your soul. And then whatever you don't put gets put into the bottom of your deck in any order. And then this unit gets 1,000 power for each card that was put into the soul with this effect until the end of the turn. So this, with all the new darkness cards that got released, I feel like this is actually a really good addition to an alternate 3 or anything like that, because either way it will be able to do stuff upon Vanguard or Rearguard Circle. And you know, you can essentially put all 5, which is dumb because it's like, oh hey, look, I got a 16k Rearguard now or a 16k Vanguard. So I like this as an alternate.
Corin, what do you think about this card? Corin? Good answer, Corin. Well, I guess we'll wait for her to come back. Kai, your thoughts?
I realized my mic was muted. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
She said come back to me because I need to read the thing to process it better. I'm sorry, Zoe. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead, Kai.
Hey. Oh. Okay, so I guess you want me to go before Corin. All right. So, yeah, I like this skill mainly because I just like the idea of just searching for up to 5 cards and then just whatever targets you can find, you can just shove them in the soul, and then this is actually not a bad ride as a Vanguard or Rearguard though, because wherever you put them though, you can just there's going to be a skill going off somewhere. So, other than that, then the counter charge ability is nice on the Vanguard skill, but I just mainly like his secondary skill though. And the power up's not too bad either. I mean, since Dark Regulars get a lot of cards in the soul, you can actually potentially hit those magic numbers when you need to. So, yeah.
Oh, time up.
Yeah, I'm done.
Night Swag, what do you think?
The fact that it says at the end of the turn makes it really useful for its Vanguard skill. So like you can do things at the beginning, so that's good. What else? The only thing that I kind of don't like is the fact that it's on call, for its second ability. But otherwise, should make some use as a good backed up Vanguard for Shaharlot. So that's good. I like it.
Alright. Kami.
I could usefulness, but at the same time, it's just kind of meh. Night Kid already covered my points. Thanks, Night Kid.
Alright. Ash, I guess if you could hear me.
Okay, like the card, like the skill. I do believe, considering it is only probably going to be in a darkness type build with this Rara, it's a good alternative grade 3. It's good yet bad because you kind of want to ride that event sometime at the same time you want it on the rear. It was in an anime and we got to see this ability, so I can't wait to see it in the actual build and face to face.
My thoughts on it is, yeah, this is a pretty good card. It's probably going to be mainly in like darkness specific builds or something like that. Next person, Kumi, you can go.
Yay! So this week I chose a Genesis unit. Battle Maiden Medusa. Auto Regard. So plus 3. When this unit attack hits Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 cards from your opponent's hand with random bind them face down. At the end of the I'm just tongue tied today. I can't English. At the end of that turn, your opponent puts the cards bound from this effect into their hand. Broken English. So I actually do have a lot to say regarding this card. First of all, the effect is kind of like Nubatama. Now Genesis is taking Nubatama's effects. Way to be original. Okay, the art concept, first of all, is like Japanese, and considering the lore is Greek, and I think that it was said in the Guardians, I believe, that Evil Eye's art from OTT should have actually been Medusa's art. So I just wish it would have, the effects, no. And Soul Blast 3, no, just, I could see why it's good in Genesis. I just don't care for it. Let's move on.
Corin, you can go next.
Okay, Battle Maiden Medusa. So you end up Soul Blasting 3, right?
Yes.
Whew. So if you do, choose 2 cards, put in his hand random, bind them face down. So it's a binder, and then
It's Nubatama, basically.
it's a Nubatama, but for the Battle Maiden.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they could have utilized the binding a bit better, since there are other cards that utilize binding well in the clan itself. And apparently, yeah, I just have the same meh.
Okay.
A bit meh.
Okay. Naked, you're up next.
Okay, so I've talked to a lot of folks who've played Genesis, and the biggest thing that a lot of them want is a grade 2 that's Soul Blasts. And this might be a good card for it, but the only downside I see about this card is that it has to hit in order for you to do the Soul Blasting. So at least Genesis now have some form of on-hit pressure, but if you really think about it, this skill would be a lot better if it was on call. So it'd still be like it would be like safer in a sense, but I don't know. I guess they wanted to make this some form of on-hit pressure since Genesis really doesn't have any. So yeah, if anything, if it was on call, but otherwise, I think it's okay.
Alright, Casbreaker, you're up.
To be honest, this is okay for a generic Genesis deck in a sense. When looking in comparison to like the different ones, I don't really see this in the Regalia deck just because room wise there's not that much. Because there's other cards that are better, but yeah. Other than the fact though, it's just taking effects off of from other clans, which kind of is sad. Like, really, you could have gave a better effect than this. Like maybe more soul charging or something, beneficial. It's like binding is like, eh.
Can I add a comment to that? Wouldn't it be better
go
in like a fair Vanigander deck?
So, yeah, like a generic. I would say like a generic, but even then, like, there's better cards to run other than this. Just, I mean, yeah, it's an on-hit, but it's like, eh. That Soul Blast 3, you could use that soul for something else.
Yeah.
That's why I have all those other cards. Never mind.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Asuka, you're up.
I agree with Kumi. I still feel like Genesis is just a clan that copy everybody and want to be everybody but can't. And the only thing you do is Soul Blast and gain at a clan skill. Overall, it's a mid card to me. I mean, I know it's a promo for the magazine, and I know that's going to be a box topper. But I expected better Genesis. Good on hit, good pressure, but you don't want to wait that soul so early on in the game.
Kai, you're up.
It's an interesting card to say the least, though, but since this is a rearguard only skill, though, and well, if you're not running stands, though, this card won't really have much use because, say, like you get like a trigger, and then you get the on-hit pressure, and then you actually get the skill off the Soul Blast, but then it won't really make a difference if they're just going to add it back to their hand, unless they get something else that does something along those lines, though, that either keeps it away from their hand or something else, you know. That's it.
Alright, my thoughts, yeah, it's a pretty good card. Effect against stealing the effect from other clans. Seems like it's the only thing Genesis can do. Yeah, next person.
For Misaki, if only she were here.
Yes. Corin, you can go.
Oh, with the card?
Yes.
Okay, with the card, let me scroll back up. Try not to take too long. Sorry. Okay, so I'll happily present the Salad Family. It's a forerunner for Neonectar, and its continuous rear on the rearguard circle skill is if this unit was placed on the left or right rearguard circle in the back row due to the forerunner ability, your other rearguard in the same column as this unit in the front row gets continuous skill on the rearguard circle, resist. And then its act skill on the rearguard circle, Generation Break 1, counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul, you draw a card. Okay, I think that's a pretty, like, the act skill. It's kind of like the generic one for 4K forerunners. But however, I do like the continuous skills that it basically gives your front row rear guards resist. At least, well, on one side, which is like, it's always useful to still have your rear guards up.
Yeah, it's better. What do you think?
What clan was this? This is
Yeah, Nectus.
Neonectar. It gives them more protection for rear guards, like the same column as in top, right? Top or bottom, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, in the top because it's in the back row.
Oh, okay, in the top. Yeah. So essentially, it would help with their field, because I know that a lot of Neonectar clans have a problem with either if they're going against a deck that kind of targets their rear guards with effects and all that, it hurts. So having the starter is not that bad. Plus, I mean, Gen Break 1, rear guard circle in the middle. If it was in the middle, you could counterblast one, put in the soul, draw a card. I mean, there's probably better starters, but it's not bad. I mean, it's a common, so what you expect?
Naked.
And when I read the card, I initially thought it was, wow, this is amazing. But then I started thinking about it, and I don't see this specific card having room in, say, Bloom. I think this is more of a Maiden of card, like the Trailing Rose, I think. Because Bloom's very fast, let's just say that. It can easily put out all the damage on its first stride. And its biggest weakness is like Kagura with Defeat Flare. Defeat Flare and Denial Griffin, but otherwise, I think this is more for Maiden of than anything, because Bloom is pretty solid as it is right now. That's how I feel.
Alright, Kumi.
Man, I don't have much to say because I was kind of busy.
Okay. Kai.
It's a pretty interesting card, though. I mean, it might be pretty fun to use in other decks, though. I mean, that resist can actually be handy in some situations or another, though. But it definitely looks like a fun card to try out, actually.
Alright, Asuka.
Overall, I think it's a good card with a good ability. Like Nike said, I don't see this being an Asha build, because Asha build is pretty much solid. Minus a couple of new G units and shrines. Also, I believe that I will see this mostly in the Maidens of deck, or hopefully some variant of it. Otherwise, good card. And yeah, tomatoes. So tomato, you can play your grade 3 now. Yes.
Just gotta keep them away from Chrono.
Tomatoes look good. Tomatoes look good.
Yeah, my thoughts on the card is basically I put Night Kid and Asuka said. Similar thing. It's not that great, not that good in a deck that like for Asha, but like something else along that lines, obviously. Next person. Kai, you can go with your card.
Alright, well, I picked a Dark Irregular card, though, Demented Executioner. It's got a once per turn Darkness ability where you counterblast 1, and if the number of cards in your soul is 6 or more, he gains 2,000 until the end of the turn, and if you have 10 or more, he gains an additional 3,000 until the end of the turn. So the top part is not a Generation Break unit from what I can tell. Hold on, I'm trying to scroll down the picture. Yeah, there we go. And when he's placed in the rearguard circle, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck and search for up to 1 card with a Darkness ability and place into your soul and shuffle the deck. So it's actually pretty good. I mean, the fact that it's not restricted by Generation Break is pretty interesting. But the only thing is, though, you have to activate it I guess, when you place something in the soul that turn, which isn't really too difficult, really. But other than that, it's just the way to just filter out something, though. Just grab a card and send it into the soul, and that's pretty good, actually.
Next one.
Oh, sorry, come back to me. I need to read up on this card.
Okay. Kumi.
I don't know. I don't know.
Corin.
Okay, so it's not a Generation Break skill, right? And essentially, if you have the 10 cards in the soul, you gain 5k power.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay, if that's what it is, it is a good addition to the Dork Irregulars. And definitely because you're gonna be building up your soul, and you're gonna have soul cards that do soul things. And as well as it just beefs up your field. So I think it's a good addition.
Asuka.
Kind of glad that the ability cannot stack up, so you cannot gain the 2k plus 3k equals to 5k. You can't do that, so it's awesome. Also, great job not being Gen Break, and it also worked with the new card that we also talked about earlier. So all the darkness are going to be good support. I am surprised not Gen Break because that kind of good skill need a Gen Break, but then I can't say anything considering I have a good one with a skill like that. But I would.
But then again, it is a once per turn. So.
Once per turn, but the second skill, when you look at the top 7 for your deck, I want that. But it's a good one, and Dark Regulars needed it.
Alright, Naked.
Okay, so really reading into this card, Bladewing for sure will appreciate it because Bladewings technically don't need to stride. So this would be very good for them. And the fact that there's going to be a lot more, what's it called? Darkness cards coming out, like the Darkness Perfect Guard, Darkness, like this thing, other stuff. Overall, I'm just really excited. Oh yeah, Doppel's a card that people play in Blade Wings, so it just helps fill up the soul faster, I feel, because it's top 7. You can put 1 in, so it's good. Grab whatever you need. And it has power, so there you go.
Okay. My thoughts on it is, it's a pretty good card. Again, gonna be played in probably like main Dark Regular decks with darkness and stuff like that. Well, if you feel like it, you could probably toss this in like a mod or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Next person, Corin, you can go. Oh, wait, wow, wrong person. Naked.
Oh, yay. So I get to talk about my card. Where is it? So the card that I've chosen is Great Witch Doctor of the Banquet, Negro Lily. I have to slow it down there because I totally read that as something else. So, Negro Lily is a G Guardian, so discard a heal trigger during the Guardian step, and you may call this to the Guardian Circle. Auto, counterblast 1 and choose one of your rear guards and retire it. When this unit is placed on Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, you may choose one normal unit with Ghosty in its card name from your drop zone and call it to an open rear guard, and this gets 10,000 shield until the end of that battle. So, this card, oh my god. It makes Night Rose's GB2 so much better than it is, because during the battle phase, the only way for you to actually retire your rear guards was your opponent to attack it. And now we have a way to actively use Night Rose's GB2, so we can use cards like Skeleton, or Make the Ghosty, or Negro Lazy to do stuff on your opponent's turn and completely screw them over. So now we can have on our turn retire. So we have that and draw a card. We have a way to make Night Rose 21k. Oh, this card's amazing. I love it so much in Night Rose. But in 7Cs, it's kind of weird because we don't really get a benefit from having a rearguard retired on our side during the battle phase. Like, the only way I can see it being used is Slash Shade being dropped. But otherwise, it's still a great card. It's plus 10,000, and it also can, like, it's a much easier cost than discarding a card for Skiru, so there's that. So I really love this card. I can't wait for it to come out.
Yes, Becker.
I would say this is a pretty good addition for their G Guard, because their other one was a mill 3 plus 5k.
Mill 2.
So, or is it mill 2? Okay, yeah, mill 2. So, this actually gives them a little bit more defense, which I know sometimes they actually need it, sometimes. But yeah, it's like what Night Kid said. It's difficult between the two decks. Night Rose, easier. But in 7Cs, it's harder to kind of tweak it out with it. But otherwise, it still works. So yeah, can't wait to see this played.
Kumi.
Sorry, I'm kind of sticky from paint. So it's pretty beneficial. I could see where Night Kid's coming from, like where this is going to work with Night Rose as opposed to 7C, because of the retiring thing. So yeah, I had nothing original to say. I'm so lame.
Corin.
Hi. So they are just like normal grade 2 intercepting ghosties, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I only knew grade 1 and grade 0 ghosties. Okay, so I think this would work in helping with all the to get out like an intercept unit that will be of like 15k shield or something, and I just think that'd be pretty swell to beef up your defense.
Okay. Kai.
This is gonna be a definitely very interesting card to play around with, though, since especially with more of the ghosties coming out in the set. And yeah, and it's a good way to like chase off one of your rear guards, like if they're getting targeted by like an attack or something too. So this is actually pretty fun, especially if you use Obadiah as well.
Asuka.
I like it. It actually makes sense in in most of the Grand Blue, like Night Kid said. I already know that there is a grade 2 intercept, Corin, to let you know, it's called Carl the Ghosty. Yeah, what the heck with the names? But yeah. And they actually do have a skill when it does come back, Counterblast 1, and then if you do, you get to call this card into open. So, along with this and the other guy, Ghosty gonna have the best defense I can see at the moment. Night job, Night Rose, to bring them back.
Hey.
And Night Kid.
My thoughts, it's a pretty interesting card. Again, allows you to get rid of a target for an attack or something like that. That's getting rid of. Next person, Asuka.
Alright. We all knew which one I was gonna pick. And first up, it's a common. Remember that. The art is suggestive. Oh, God. One of the weirdest arts in Pale Moons. Magical Boss Trimmer. Auto skill Vanguard. Counterblast 1. At the end of your opponent's turn, if 3 or more cards have been put into your damage zone during this turn, you may pay the cost. If you do, soul charge 1 you up to 5 cards in your soul and count them to separate rear guards. It's an okay skill. I mean, if I were playing Nightmare Dolls, I would to use this more often. Sadly, it's only a Vanguard skill and not a rearguard skill. I wanted it to be a rearguard skill because that would make so much easier in other decks such as Beast Tamers and all that. I don't
Yeah.
mind the power because it's AK. AK to me is nothing. But you get to counterblast, soul charge, and call to 5. If you're playing certain type of decks, you will have that number easily. But I can see this more helpful in Nightmare Dolls, but you do not want to waste that one counterblast if you want to go ahead and activate Alice's skill right after you ride into Chelsea. So overall, okay card. Could have done better, Bouchero. It's a common.
Okay, Jazzbreaker.
Oh, for a common, that's actually not that bad. It helps with decks that need the call from the soul, right? Call from the soul, yeah, call from the soul to the rearguard circle. So it helps with that kind of thing because a lot of other decks have difficulty trying to call stuff from soul, and this kind of gives it more versatility kind of thing. But really just depends on the deck, and yeah.
Corin.
Okay, so it's at the end of the opponent's turn, but the technical, but it'll still be the beginning of your turn, right? So whatever power-ups cards called from the soul will still be powered up for your turn, right? Or
No.
No.
No?
It's during the
Okay.
opponent's end phase.
Okay, just trying to clear that up. Okay, so I think this is like really good for when you do end up taking a lot of damage and then you end up not having a field. You could just call your field back from the soul, cause especially when you have a pretty beefy soul in most builds. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's interesting.
Nikki.
Okay, this card's such a huge head scratcher for me. I'm just trying to think of all the decks that would want a card like this. So far, the only thing that I could possibly see is Beast Tamers, because I don't think Beast Tamers really have any GB units. And like the only way for you to actually get a good amount of soul with this card is to use that very old forwarder from the very first Pale Moon set that Soul Charges 2 on Ride. And what else? There's a grade 1 that Soul Charges on call and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just such a head scratcher. And you have to take 3 damage in order for you to use it. I don't know. I don't think this is ever going to see play, but who knows? Someone might find a creative use for it somewhere.
Kai.
I mean, it's an interesting concept to say the least, though. But it can be a little difficult to use at sometimes, though. But they're just depending on how you build your deck. There could be ways to actually make this work, though. But that's pretty much down to the player, though.
Alright, Kumi.
Okay, so I don't see this very utilizable in Harry. That art though, oh my.
My thoughts on it, it's a pretty good card. Could have been used, it could have been better as a rearguard ability. And yeah, that's about it. I believe I'm the only person left that has to talk about the card, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So my card is Succubus of Desire. It's one of the new Dark Regular Grade 2s. It has a continuous rearguard Generation Break Darkness ability. If the cards in your soul are 6 or more, this unit gets boost. And it has the secondary ability. Put this card into your soul when the other unit attacks, pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your units, and it gets power plus 2,000 till the end of time. Again, it's a pretty good card. Again, mainly used for like darkness-based decks. Again, yeah, that's honestly about it, really. Gumi, you can go. Gumi.
Okay, can I have a refresher on the effect really quick?
It's so it has the darkness ability where the ability activates when something is put into soul. The number of cards put into soul are six or more. It gets boost. That's the continuous ability. And then it has the active ability where it says you put into soul, and when another unit attacks, pay the cost. Choose one of your units, and it gets power plus 2,000 to the end of the turn.
That's actually okay. The plus 2,000, I guess, is okay. I mean, at least you can hit a Vanguard better. And the soul really shouldn't be an issue. So this shouldn't be that hard to do. I'm not a specialty in this clan, but I mean, this seems like a reasonable card.
Naked.
I like the fact that its second skill is not a GB skill, so this can really help out on the grade 2 rush. Since Dark Irregulars do play stand triggers, you can easily put another 2k on the unit that restood from a stand trigger, which is great, and it pushes another card to soul before you stride. So I like it in that regard. And the fact that it has a boost is incredible, since Dark Irregulars don't really have grade 1s that stay on the field very long, so there's that.
Okay. Okay.
I just really like the fact that this unit gets boost. I mean, by the time you reach Gen Break 1, though, you're already going to have like well over 6 cards in the soul most of the time, though. And yeah, and then having itself move itself to the soul, that's just extra soul you can have for by the time like you reach some of your higher units, though, that use a lot of that get a lot of power ups from having a lot of the soul and stuff too. And it's also another like target for some of the other cards that like search out like the darkness ability and then just shove it in the soul, like Demented and stuff. So it's, I would run this if I make the darkness deck.
Okay. Corin.
I may want to make the deck for this card because it's just the synergy, especially with the newer cards that come out. The synergy is just off the charts. Because you're gonna have because you're gonna have that boost, and then imagine a play later where you end up. I don't know what else you're gonna do with the flank or like whatever. It's like it's already used for the boost, and then you have the other rearguard attack, and then you put that into your soul, give that rearguard power, and then your Vanguard gets some sort of power and to hit for that last like battle of the turn if you don't get any stands. And it's just I think it's lovely.
Chili Burger Dragon.
Oh, this is not that bad of a card because isn't there? I could have sworn there was a card similar to this in a darker regular in the darker regulars, a grade 2 that can boost as long as there's enough soul or something like that. I could have sworn there was one. So this one having kind of the same ability, it's not that bad. 8K booster can go a long way depending on the deck, and then having a chance to give a rearguard 2K in case it can't hit. As long as you put this in assault, that's really not that bad. Even if the first part is only a darkness, you soul charge a lot anyways. So yeah, I think this is a common or a rare? Common. Yeah. So not a bad card for a common.
Oscar, you're up.
It is a common, so that's awesome. Also, the art is great. Got the whole Pandora box thing going for her. Also, we already said enough about that boost skill, and we all know the freaking Darker Regular will have the soul charging by turn 2 sometime, depending who you play against. Awesome card. I like it. The units. And giving 2K to another unit, always the best. So, awesome job, Darker Regular, to gain more support. That will help you later on.
And I believe that ends this week's cards, unless Tetsu decides to jump in.
Pretty much.
But
Yeah.
not at the moment.
Yeah. Next segment, Croquette Burger Dragon. Up to you.
Was that croquette? Did I hear croquette?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So I know that we just recently had the Continentals at Pomona and in the Euro area, but currently I haven't really heard much on who won and what clans they were. I had a post I saw before, but I guess it got deleted. So I'll get back to you on it once I get more info on this. But congratulations to the winners. I think Worlds is coming up pretty soon, so yeah. I wonder what new clans will, or what new, what clans will top in there, and how people will do.
All right. Next segment, I believe is the English release dates of the sets that were announced in the stream.
Yes. So, do you mind if I go through that, or do you want to?
Go ahead.
Alright. So, with this, we have Future Clans. So, the first one going to be released in October, right before the California regionals, and this is set 8, Absolute Judgment, which is going to have, of course, Royal Paladin, Neo Nectar, Genesis, Go Paladin, Link Joker, Dr. Regular, Pale Moon, and the always forgettable Grand Blue.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. But hey, good G card, good G card. Next, in November, unknown which date, but be prepared. In November, we are having True Zodiac Time Beast, the trial deck for Gear Chronicle. And on that exact same day, we also going to have the clan boosted Gear Chronicle, Gears of Fate.
Why does that sound so cliche?
Cause freaking.
It's Gear Chronicles. Do you expect anything less?
Yeah, but I think of Fate at the moment when I thought.
Oh, okay. I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Okay, and finally in December, yeah, Shadow Paladin, you get your trial decks.
Woohoo!
And also we get the last set of 2016, which will have Gear Chronicle, Angel Feathers, Narukami, Spike Bros, and Mi Amigo Octaforce. So both of those will be released on the same date. So I expect to be writing to Santa Claus, I want this set and I want trial deck. And that all we know. Until March, our idol booster come out. So January, February, we might get a other fighter collection. Who knows? But
Yeah.
there are talks. So those are our set for 2016.
Okay. Jasperger.
What? Like, how do I feel about this? Or I
Yes.
don't. Oh, okay. I'm actually looking forward to the release in October because I mean it's got a few of the clans that I do play, and I might actually go in trying to get stuff for it, even if I have to get singles or sneak kits or stuff like that, like I usually do. November wise, I'm kind of leaning towards it, and at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to pick up another clan. Don't pick up another clan. So kind of iffy on that. And then December, Aquaforce and Shadow Paladins. Oh man, even more stuff. So yeah, rip wallet, rip wallet.
Kumi.
Sorry, Kumi was sticky with pain again. So I mean, I'm not going to get any of this stuff. However, I mean, it's awesome that it's coming out. And I do have I always have to say, but I just feel like Shadow Paladin shouldn't have gotten this much support again already. I think they should be cut off for a while and give somebody else a chance. But that's just me raging. Okay, I'm raging Kumi. Raging Kumi. I'm done.
Naked.
Why couldn't this come out before Vancouver's regional qualifier? Man, I'm gonna be playing knowing I can have better cards. That's gonna be annoying. Well, otherwise, I'm pretty hyped for it. It's what 2 months, 3 months away, so I should be able to get all the cards I need on release. What else? Shadow Paladin, Shadow Deck, cool. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Okay. Kai, I guess you can go for yourself, and then Corin, whichever you choose to go first.
Okay, I'll go first in case she comes back while I'm talking, though. So yeah. Well, but I'm mainly just excited for the Narukami and Aquaforce, though, because those are some pretty fun clans, and all the others that are coming out, though, hey, pretty cool. I like seeing new stuff come out, and I actually want to see what's in them, really, for the most part. But that's pretty much it for my part. And well, as for Corin, knowing her, she probably just wants to see if she can collect them all, though, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
My thoughts. Yeah, I play like 2 clans in the first set. My team plays just about like most of the others, so obviously I'm going to look for that. Gear Chronicles, not so much. December, I'm definitely looking forward for. So yeah, can't wait. More shadows. Yes. Next segment. Kumi, did you see the episode?
Time for Kumi to leave. Bye.
I'll take that as an answer. So yeah, next segment is our episode.
So this week episode we have, I believe his name Inchi, aka the Dark Regular clan leader versus a favorite Grand Blue player.
Hey.
Yeah. So let's go together.
Boo.
Sorry,
Don't hit on my Amuhime.
You
Boo.
Alright, so it was an intense battle, and of course the battle was to whether or not can get her best friend back. Sadly say, could not beat him. We also got a look into how sad it was for this Darker player and how he became to be, and how he ultimately met Ryu-chan to make the deal that make him who he is today. Interesting episode, but let's hear everybody else, and hopefully we can come back to me.
Okay. Chaos Broker, your thoughts.
I mean, it was. I guess in my opinion, it's like, oh, okay, finally sees quote unquote sees the light, and how the company is kind of just is wrong in their method, sacrificing Luna to get their means of a peaceful world, yada yada yada, and sacrificing her to get her parents back. It's not worth it. There's always other methods that you can do. Well, at least she tried. She tried. The only other thing was that the entire time I was watching the fight, because this is between me and my friend when we were talking about it, um, I felt like she misplayed on some of the times that she did. Knowing that Darker Regulars does what there's a chance where you can't use nullifies and stuff like that. I would have assumed your main method of trying to do stuff is building a hand and also trying to get a good field out and pressuring the opponent. Like the entire time I kept thinking, are you playing 12 critical? I feel like you're playing 12 critical in your deck, which I mean is possible. I mean it's I've seen it before, but it's like why don't you focus on the hand? You kind of need it against dark irregulars. You can only do so much with what, two PGs and two triggers at the very end. I kind of figured, and then so kind of cringeworthy, but then again, it's how the story is, so you can't complain about it. But I felt sad at the very end when had to leave, and she couldn't do anything, and I feel like she will help Chrono in them when it comes time, because she's yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, that's about it.
Alright. Corin.
Thank you, because I did want to bring that up. It's also why in our not pre-show, but our little pep talk before our podcast, where I just was savage to Arm. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't play Grand Blue that much, and I could see that it was just so much you could have done. You weren't in the right mindset for it, and I also kind of wish Tetsu was here so we could kind of psychoanalyze this whole episode, because I mean, both sides are pretty much out there, and it'd be very interesting, because aside from Arm and at least her trying to almost break away from the delusions a bit, but she's still, yeah, she's still, yeah. And then there's Inishi, who's just being kind of creepily overprotective, because Luna reminds him of his sister,
Or a kid him
but or a kid he fell in love with in the hospital or whatever. And that's in of itself, that makes it kind of creepier. At least it's not a bordering siscon, but yeah. Well, at least we all know that the company is a corrupt company with each and every one of its members.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. One more thing with Arm. I just thought of it right now. It's like, so Arm was willing to give herself up for her parents, but that's also kind of like a noble thing. But that's like the one point I'll give Arm. That's it. She couldn't give an arm and a leg for it.
Hey.
Okay, I think I'm done. I forgot my first Savage joke, but yeah.
Asuka.
So of course I like this episode. We got to see how Inchi met this girl. Both of them had the same terminal disease, and they were working on the medicine, and she died, but her death brought him the medicine he needed so he can live. Makes sense why he think the way Luna doing is the sacrifice for all, which is, yeah, no, it doesn't sound right to me. So I still think he still delusional of what's really happening. But let's talk about the main focus here, the one that we're gonna see next week fighting, freaking Shuma.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I can't wait to punch that guy in the
Oh
face.
my god! What the hell are you doing? Are you betraying the company while betraying something rather? And you'd have wanted this whole time to get Shion company? I just gonna say fandom is gonna be really crazy for the next weeks with that.
That's
thing.
true. She no.
Otherwise, great episode. I liked it. What I saw thinking she could have. I saw when she used some of the cards, like call out the ghosty, call out the ghosties. You're not using the ghosties. You have one right there. They have a skill. Use it. Okay, now you're not. I think she might have redemption battle against him, but by then it kind of be too late, and maybe it's gonna be a tag team with her and Shion, or we are gonna see her versus Shion again before she officially joins the team and all that stuff. But I still think he have every right to not forgive at this moment. So that's my thoughts.
Okay. Naked.
Okay, so going into this episode, I had two outcomes that could potentially happen. One was what happened is that loses and she runs away and potentially joins the good guys, or just feels really depressed about herself. And the second one, she would actually win, rescue Luna, and put a damper on the company's plans. Obviously, that didn't happen. So, seeing how my first prediction came true, I'm pretty sure everyone saw it coming. So there's that. Watching play, she kept calling Gas Dragon. I'm like, why are you milling yourself? That's all I could like yell on my TV when I was watching it. What else is there? The guy's backstory is like, okay, cool. Fell in love with a girl, had the same disease, pretty cliche stuff. That's fine. I just couldn't really. I couldn't get over how okay, she could totally have beaten him because the only thing that was stopping her is that dark irregulars have guard restrictions, and that shouldn't really matter because you can call Mick the Ghosty and make Netrose 21k. Like, come on. Otherwise, nope. I digress. It was a good episode. I can't wait to see Bugs versus Genesis, so there's that. I want to see Bugs in action, to be quite honest, more so than how Trinity Dragon managed to cheese the win from stand triggers. So let's see how a good player plays against a good deck.
Dang.
Oh man, that's messed up.
That's kind of messed up.
But true.
Yeah, but it is. My thoughts on the episode. Again, it was a pretty interesting episode. We got to see more of Inishin's backstory. Kind of explains why he has the little Big Brother protection thingamajig. Kind of creepy though, but understandable. Other than that, obviously, Arn's most likely probably gonna go. Arn's probably still gonna go talk to Shion and the rest of them to help her out. Probably gonna fight Shion, and blah blah blah. Next week's episode, I can't wait because hopefully, I get to run into that guy, Shinonome, and punch him in the face, really hard.
I know, this is like, I actually want to hear the backstory of. Is that so wrong to want to hear the backstory of him? Like how you get become so twisted and all that stuff. I mean, so many people you want to know about.
Well, I get the feeling that we're going towards the Rel Sarah route again.
Oh god.
No,
With
Vanguard.
Because that's what it looks like when Shinonome betrays, quote unquote.
Not really betrayed.
Company.
He had his own.
I think they're just brawling, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like he had a hidden agenda or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he's Shinonome is like, what is it called? One of the chaotic agents in the company where no one really controls him, but he has all of this power to do whatever he wants, and that could potentially be bad for them. So he's like the Joker in a way, for the Dark Knight Joker, where he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he seems to go according to all his plan, right?
Right. Like you still want to punch him in the face.
Oh yeah, I still want to punch the guy in the face.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
Nope.
I do believe that's it for the episode, unless anyone else has anything else to add on.
I feel like we are getting down more. I like it that we knowing more about these quote unquote bad guys because when you think about it, it all black and white, it all gray now. So that's gonna make it interesting, seeing them all. You know, I feel like they more redeemable than the last time we had four people following one person. I'm sorry, season four bad guys, aka Quadrant Knight. Corin was the only interesting one. She wasn't a part of them.
She was there, then she was forgotten.
Yeah, so sad.
It's like, oh man, what was it? Shinonome versus Mega Colony guy. What will happen? What will happen?
Whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, what will happen? What will happen next? Stay tuned on the next time. Stay tuned next time on the next episode of Card Fight Vanguard.
Stride the gate.
Card Fight Vanguard G.
Stride the gate.
Stride the gate. Yeah.
There we go. We need to add that stride the gate though.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
No
That was
questions
easy.
of the week. Wow.
That's amazing.
Vacation, people.
Actually,
Vacation.
how cut are we on time? How cut are we on time?
We barely went off. We on like an hour, so you have
Oh,
time.
on and
Yeah.
So like, okay, I was just worried about time conservation. Okay, so Vanguard question of the week. What is your most bizarre Vanguard related experience?
Wait.
Bizarre.
Bizarre, weird, strange.
Like, can you give an example?
No.
Dang it.
Train Vanguard fight.
All I can, no. Yeah, I don't have one.
I don't think I have one either. Like a crazy coincidence or something. Does anybody else have one?
Yeah, because like
Weird
unless
Vanguard
someone has one, I can't really figure out.
Well, it didn't happen to me, but it happened to a friend of mine.
A friend of
Oh,
a
no.
friend of a friend of a friend of his brother friend.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't weird bad. It was weird good. He met his girlfriend through Vanguard.
Aww.
Like he was. I don't think he watches this show, so I can go. Anyways, he went to Japan for a school exchange trip, and he like watched the episode of Tayo versus the D Police kid in the lobby, and then she sat down and watched with him, and then she liked the show because she liked the voice of Chrono, and then they started to bond, and now they're dating. Is that a weird experience? I don't know.
I guess. Could be.
I think Kumi question of the week finally stumped everybody.
Like I need like a clearer definition of like
It totally glitched out.
on an oddball thing that happened Vanguard related.
I don't know. Did someone like, I don't know, hit on you because of your deck or something, or like did I don't know.
I would have been more surprised than weirded out.
I don't know, man. I was just going with what my heart told me, and my heart told me ask a question about bizarre encounters with Vanguard.
Well, I have one, but it's something. It's something I think some of you guys have heard before, though. It's like this is way before, like when BT17 was released. Though me and my friend, one of my friends who's actually a judge, were just in our locals, and we were both using a Perdition deck, and we were just sitting around, having our matches though. But ours was taking the longest though. But like the little segment in the building that we were card fighting though, because it was taking so long, that area, the atmosphere in that area just started to heat up. I don't know why. We weren't making any heavy movements, we were just playing like normal, but then like just the atmosphere was just really hot, and everyone was like, why is the air hot here though?
I can see why.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Oh.
I just thought of something that was incredibly funny. Is it okay if I go again?
Go for it. Go.
Okay, so
Yeah.
some of you guys may know, I've been to the last three Bushy Road events. Two of them being WCQs, and one of them being the last Spring Fest we went to. And every year, there's one guy who always does the right chant for Great Dayusha. Consistently. Round 1, and if he makes top 8 in the first round of top 8. The funny thing was, though, this year he got DQ'd for his team because he did it on top 8. And he made and his team lost because of him, so it was pretty funny.
Oh.
I'm just like, he got a warning the first time he did it, and then he ignored it the second time. So,
Oh, okay.
so I was like, I laughed really hard when I found out, because I got to become friends with the guy later. So I was just like, oh, dude, why? It was funny.
I guess it's not really bizarre. I don't know if this is really bizarre or anything, but the fact of the thing is, when the incessant waves came into play, or when it got released, this was I got rid of my Transcore Blue Wave Transcore Tetra deck, which became a Demetrius Maelstrom reverse deck after a while. Like, I got rid of the entire deck a long while ago, like during like set 16 or 15, whatever it was, Infinite Rebirth and all that stuff. You know, when Aquaforce started to like die out, and I got rid of it. I picked up like sneak kits along with my friend, and suddenly all these blue wave cards just like every pack I opened, blue wave. Like, I got essentially all my anger boils and like some of my tetra boils. I was like, no, please don't do this to me. And then I got some of the Maelstrom stuff, and I was like, I don't give a crap about it. And then that was sneak, so I was like, all right, you know, I'm not gonna build this deck, not again. Come the next week, I decide to pick up more of the Aquaforce boxes when it came out. I got the entire set along with 4 Thavases, and I'm like, you're kidding, right? I just got rid of you. I got rid of you like a year ago. Why are you coming back to me? I got rid of you for a reason. Why are you back? I don't want to do this again. And then it's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to just pick up 4 more Tetra Drives somewhere. Slowly, but surely. And I was like, all right, I got the whole deck now. It's like, really? I got rid of a deck and now it came back. It really didn't want me to go with, or like leave it.
But
I
strange
guess.
enough, I was going to get the Savas off of him because he said he wasn't going to be playing Aquaforce. Like, yes. I never got them. He kept them.
Yeah, it ended up.
Him ever again.
It ended up me keeping them because I ended up building the entire full deck, and I was like,
hey, Asuka, I'm not going to
sorry.
build it, so you can pick them up. Yay! Next week. Sorry, I'm building it.
So Casper, you could sort of say those Aquaforce shooters came in a wave towards you.
I was gonna say the wind was calling.
They came out of the wave.
Yeah, and it came out of the wave. Yeah.
Your wallet was overwhelmed with darkness.
Not really. I mean, it was okay. You know, I was okay with spending it. It was like one clan I didn't think of picking up, and I ended up having to do it again. It's like, all right, I'm not getting rid of this deck this time around.
I mean, I guess you could say that sneak peek was a success.
Yep. Hey, when you pull 4 Thavases when you pull 4 Thavases in 4 or 5 sneak peeks, kits, it was worth it. And then when you only buy like 3 to 4 boxes with 2 packs and still only manage to get 4 Thoppuses out of it, yeah, it was a success. Definitely. So.
Anyone
Yeah,
else got it? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was like, that was my awkward moment.
Alright, I guess that's it, unless anyone else has something else to say.
I think we good.
Okay.
Because that's a train question.
Yeah.
It stopped us.
Bite me.
Yes, it did.
I mean that it was hard to answer to begin with. And of course I'll bite you anywhere, anytime, anywhere.
Oh, baby.
Oh my.
Okay. Any comments?
Yeah, I think so. Any comments? Kumi, any comment?
Okay, so any comment is whenever you take on a project, make sure you have all the correct materials before you take on a project and end up botching it up and end up removing anything anyway because you liked it originally. Enough said.
Corin!
Get
any comment, Corin?
Away with words.
Oh,
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Corin. Naked.
We're almost done July now, right?
Yes.
My birthday's this Friday, so I'm gonna celebrate that. Everyone have a good last month of summer, starting next week. Yeah, have fun, guys, and prepare for WCQ because it starts next month.
Kai.
Well, well, hope you're all enjoying summer and just keep on enjoying it. And congrats to those who won the Springfest Continentals. I was there, but I was doing a different event though. But yeah, and tomorrow is my birthday, but I'm gonna go get free pizza tomorrow. So
Nice.
have fun.
Gasburger.
Just a few things, I guess. Like, be careful. I mean, enjoy the rest of your summer, because I know within like about 2 to 3 weeks, school is gonna start again. Also, be wary of the heat if you're in an area that has a lot of heat, because California. I know in California, for me, it's stupidly hot, 109 degrees. So yeah, stay cool, play Vanguard, and enjoy the time you got. Also, have fun and stay safe.
Okay, Corin, if you're there, I guess you're up for any comment. Oh, never mind. Asuka.
Have fun. We already know that. Be safe. We already know that. And this Saturday we are going to have a great deal of fun going to try to beat Canada again. So look forward for videos on that because we are recording on those days. So, US versus Canada, right before the Olympics. Time to see who's better. Please put in the comment which one do you think is going to win. In your dreams. Because you're not there.
You're right.
Yeah.
My ending comments. Well, same as Kai, and my birthday is also tomorrow. I am going to get wasted. So yeah. Probably other than that, Saturday, hopefully I'll be able to join the Team USA and fend off the Canadians. And yeah, hope everyone has a good summer so far. And yeah, that's it so far. Asuka, you can choose hashtag.
Why is it always? go with. I like Kumi's. Hashtag Happy Birthday, July Babies Adamant.
Okay.
Hey.
Yay.
So that's as we can get.
Yeah.
With that being said,
Bye.
Later.